Home Indianapolis police and fire officials announcing a greater presence at this year's Circle of Lights celebration in downtown in an effort to increase security at larger events.
24-hour News 8's Brenna Donnelly is live on Monument Circle to explain what other changes they're making. Brenna, good evening.
Good evening, guys. A week from Friday, 100,000 people will fill this circle and watch as the IBEW electricians flip the switch and light up the monuments. But public safety officials say they're working hard to make sure that's the only big thing that happens that night.
If you look around the world, mobile vehicles are being used in events like this to cause havoc, and so we've got to prepare for that.
IMPD officers know times of celebration for thousands.
This was the actions of a depraved coward
Can turn to tragedy because of one person's actions.
Right after those things happened, we have a Homeland Security group that gets together and communicates with those cities, looks at things that have occurred, and then we look at our abilities and how do you make those adjustments.
Greetings, everybody, and welcome.
Adjustments to keep you safer at the downtown Indy Circle of Lights. Organizers say this year they're moving the performance stage off the monument and into the north spoke of the circle.
So the steps of the monument will now be filled with spectators as opposed to the stage.
Second, they're using Indigo buses as road barricades for the other three spokes.
So we use everything we can, right? And Indigo we've used in the past for years for things like that, presidential visits.
Third, they're putting a stop to lawn chairs, pop-up tents, coolers, and bicycles in the area.
More of a festival feel as opposed to a stay in place and watch the show area.
And fourth, they're bringing in more officers.
Most of those assets you will not see, but there will, I promise you they are here. You'll also see more officers and engaging people a little more.
And attendees we spoke to say that's just fine with them.
I really don't ever feel unsafe in crowds around here. It seems to be a pretty good area to come to do things.
I do think moving it a little bit further away from the circle will help out just a little bit with the congestion.
Now, the big event is November 24th, 6 to 8 o'clock in the evening. Folks can see the lighting display. Of course, the fireworks are at 8 p.m. and there'll be several other things in the square as well. But it's also important to note that same evening is a Pacers game, the IHSAA State Football Championship at Lucas Oil Stadium, and of course, Black Friday. So they're asking for extra vigilance. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, very busy weekend there. Brenna, did IMPD say if there were any active or credible threats for that evening?
You know, they emphatically said there are not any current active credible threats on this event, but they said they're doing the best that they can to remain vigilant and keep everyone safe.
All right, Brenna Donnelly live for us this evening. Thank you, Brenna.